Hi guys, welcome to my channel where I talk about all things mindset and weightlifting, and today's topic will be visualization training for athletes. Now, first and foremost, a lot of people will know visualization training as imagery. So it's basically rehearsing an image in your mind. So I'm sure you've done this sometime in your life, but in today's video we are going to be talking about how to rehearse this image in your mind and how to increase performance.
Oh, you make me want to talk back to you.
So if you've looked at elite level athletes, and it doesn't matter what sport, because any and all athletes can use this technique and do use this technique, especially on the elite level, just because you always see them on camera, so you will actually see how they do the movements. You'll often see them close their eyes. If they say, for example, they are a pole vaulter or something, they will like do the movement, just imagining how their body will move. If they are a high jumper, you will often see them, just walk and do the movement. If they are a rugby player and they have to kick for the poles, you'll often see them rehearse it in their mind just before they do the movement. And the same thing if they are a weightlifter, they will often walk onto the platform. And if those of you who have seen me compete internationally and on stage, I will close my eyes just before walking onto the international stage. I'll often just do a movement where I extend, because I know that's what I need to do. If I extend and get full extension in my pull, there's a 99% chance that I will get that snatch. So that's normally the cue that I remind myself of before I walk onto the platform to help me be successful in the lift. Now, what is important when it comes to visualization? Now, the most important thing is when you visualize is to learn how to use all of your senses. If you can use all of your senses, you will be able to visualize with so much more emphasis and success. And firstly, the brain doesn't often know the difference between reality and imaginary. So if you can visualize something in real time with all of the senses, the brain doesn't actually know if this thing is happening right now physically or if you are imagining it. So imagine you can trick your brain into doing movements over and over again. It might be you standing on the podium. It might be you learning a new skill. It might be just before you are going to attempt a lift, or maybe you are a combat sports athlete, just before you step onto the mat or the ring, you imagine yourself knocking that opponent out, or even imagining yourself performing the skill that you've been working on for years or months or whatever it might be. That is the power of visualization. Now, second question I often get is when to visualize and how long should I visualize for? Firstly, again, there's no set time, and there's also no specific time when to visualize for success. You can visualize just before your training session. You can visualize literally for a few seconds just before you do your lift, or before, if you do another sport, just before you perform that skill. You can visualize the night before. You can do visualization trainings on your active rest days. So there's many different times that you can do visualization. And again, there's no right and wrong answer for this. And now the second question is, how long should I visualize for? Now, I often like saying, and this is something, the brain likes routine, and the brain also, like I said, because it doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination, you want to be visualizing in real time. So if it takes you 60 seconds to perform a skill, don't visualize the skill in 2 seconds, because the brain's not just going to be able to know that. And first and foremost, you're not going to be able to put every single sense that you are visualizing into play when rehearsing the skill in your mind. So it's very important to make sure that you visualize in real time. It doesn't matter how long it takes. So I had this question the other day. Say I'm a combat sports athlete and my round is 4 minutes or 5 minutes. Do I then visualize, if I want to rehearse the whole round in my mind, do I visualize for 4 minutes or 5 minutes? The answer is yes. And again, like I said, everyone can visualize for different time periods. And maybe in the beginning, you find it difficult to be able to visualize for 4 to 5 minutes. So just like any other skill out there, start small. Start with something like a 2-minute visualization. So what can you do in that 2-minute visualization? You can maybe do one little skill. Visualize one little thing and start to train your brain to use all of your senses. And the more you can train your brain to use all of your senses, the better your visualization will get. You need to train your brain the same way as what you would train your physical skills. Because if you can train your brain the same way you train your physical skills, imagine how much more success you will have when you can be an athlete that is both strong mentally and physically, and you step on that stage. So I would encourage you to go after this video, find yourself a quiet spot, practice something that you have been wanting to do for quite some time. It might be a new skill, it might be a new movement that you're practicing, it might be you visualizing yourself competing in your first competition. Now, secondly, can you use visualization to boost confidence and not visualize a future performance or a skill? Yes, you can. Now, visualization is also often used to boost motivation and confidence. So a great way to do that is to visualize a past successful performance. And by doing that and visualizing the performance that meant the most to you and the performance that you were just the most successful in, it's very important to make sure that you again visualize everything that happened on that day. If you were a weightlifter, you imagine yourself stepping onto the platform, grabbing the barbell, feeling the knurling, chalking up your hand. You visualize yourself doing the breathing just before you do the movement. You visualize yourself seeing the spectators, hearing the spectators, maybe hearing your feet on the ground, hearing the sound of the barbell, and feeling every single bit of emotion that went with that lift. I want you to imagine all of that. And as extreme as this may sound, like, it's just so powerful and amazing. And if you can practice this over and over again, I almost guarantee you, well, not almost, I guarantee you, you will have success. It's just about training the brain the same way as what you would train the physical. So just remember that. So guys, I would love to know in the comments below if you have ever used visualization training to help your training, or if you have any questions regarding visualization training, please comment below. I'd love to hear, I'd love to answer them and help you out where I can. Also, if you want to take this one step further, in my brand new course called Unleash Your Inner Beast, and it helps you master your mind, when you purchase my course, you actually get a visualization guided track with my course. So you can then go and listen to the track. It will guide you through everything that you need to visualize and all of your senses that you need to use. So if this is you and you want to learn how to master your mind, then this course will be perfect for you. I've really put a lot of effort into making this course really amazing. It's not just a course all about theory. I have made it theoretical, practical. It's got workbooks, and then it's also got guided meditation and guided visualization tracks with it to make sure that you have all the tools available to build mind-blowing confidence and to learn how to master your skills and just have all the tools available to learn to deal with any and every situation that comes and gets thrown your way. Guys, now if you like my video, I would really appreciate it if you can give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, ring that notification bell. I appreciate all the support and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.